Hello everybody, Simulation ALLI 007 here and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking our first look at the renewed Great Western Express. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Okay then, so apparently there's been a massive update to the Great Western Express with updates to the Class 52, to track work being done. There's a massive, as you probably have already know, so if I could click onto it, there's now 1,000, what is it? 1,750 services to be done. That is the newer timetable, that is the older timetable, and that is just the Great Western Diesel's the Great Diesel Legends of Great Western. So that's the old timetable. So not the green, the blue. And in 2017 we have 166, 350, 47 high speed, the HST in blue and green, Class 37, the London Underground 484. Apparently the Class 66 has been renewed. We have the 802 obviously, but I don't know why there's only 5 services. So they're just testing it, but we'll make stuff to that later. The cross country, just going to the depot, which is fair enough. Scotsman, yeah. So that'll be interesting. That's the new train. We'll have a look at that. Just 5 minutes. I don't know why it's only 5 minutes. And apparently they have, yeah, there you go, 165s as well. So let's take a look at the blue one. So there's 8 car, 7 car. There's so many different versions, I have absolutely no idea. Let's do 8 car. There is actually there's a playable service for, do you know what, let's do, this is interesting actually, I didn't know they can do this. Let's do conductor mode actually, because this is going to be interesting to see if this works. And from what I can gather, there's been loads of track work being done. The skylight is being done or redone. Loads of track work. Yeah, just absolutely tons of stuff has been done to this route. But I have seen images already that Xbox have been suffering with the good old graphics issue. This normally happens. Hello. Right. So this is the first class. I've got to do settings, objective marker on, so I can actually see where. So it's here. Do that. So it's debranded as normal. I wonder, does it still have the... Yes, it does. That's good. So this is the first Great Western Class 43 HST. In the blue livery. Great glitch. Yeah. Doors are just open. Sure thing. How blimmin' long is that train? Jesus. Okay, right. We'll have a proper look at the interior in a minute. Apparently they've had added turbo sounds as well, so the HST sounds a lot better. Where's this going? The Swansea service. Unfortunately, I never got to see these in real life, as I wasn't fortunate to, and I wasn't really into trains until, I would say, 2018. Right. Okay. And go. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. So this is actually my first playable service for the HSTs. If I do that, that's fine. And then detailing. Liam has done all this. This is Liam's and a few others from Dovetail his work, which they've actually, I'll give them credit, they've actually done a really good job. Now I can't say from first hand what the first Great Western's interior used to look like, because like I've said, I have absolutely no idea. But it's actually looking quite cool. Let's have a look. So train lights, we can't can we interact with that? I don't think we can. No. That's fine. That's the storage area. Yeah, you got the little first Great Western first class seats and the little head cover for that, which is really nice. The buffet car. Yeah, they've done a really good job here. And as you know, I take things very, very seriously when it comes to Dovetail, because as you know, I moan a lot, but it's feedback from the community. And even the circles at the back of the seats are changed, which is really nice. I know it's night time at the minute, so we can't see anything outside. Right. So where are you going? Reading, 28th of Feb. Today's date, the 7th. No. Wrong ticket. Wrong day. Right, let's get on with actually collecting tickets. Right. Just do that a minute. No. Wrong date. Is any of them going to be the right date? Wrong date. Yay, there we go. Bless you. Wrong date. That was the wrong date. What are you on about? Guard panel was fine. What was that? We passed the station. Oh, that they tone afterwards. That's cool. Yeah. And that's the toilets. Can we go in the toilets? Oh, can't go in there. Yeah, that's pretty detailed. I like that. Not like I'm exactly in a rush. This coach is pretty packed. Whoa, a bit lag spike. 7th of Feb, yep. It is lagging for some reason. Yep. 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 Oh, damn. Never mind. No. Yep. Yep. London Paddington to Reading, yep. Wrong date. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay then. So let's hear the turbo. Let's go and all the way to the top. To first class. Got to appreciate the room that these trains actually have. Good old Mark III coaches. Back of the buffet car. And the start of the first class. Right, can I get in there? Damn it. Right. Let's see it there. I can't hear a difference. I mean, well, yeah, I can actually. They've tweaked the sound to sound a lot better. So there is a difference, which is nice. And listen. Hear that whistling? I like that. That's decent. So there's track whistle now, which is nice. So he's got to 125. Let's have a look, where are we? So this is Southall sidings, that's where it's been updated now. There's no locomotive in there. Well, I'll say that, there's no A. That is it. That's the track sidings. That is Heathrow Express, so that's 350. But yeah, they've actually done loads of work here. The track looks wider and better. Hayes and Harlington, and that's Airport Junction there. That's the 350. We will do a service with that soon. So I will see you at Reading, where we'll head to another service. We'll have a look at that. Just arriving into Reading now, and it's snowing, annoyingly. Right. I'll get a proper thumbnail when it's light and not snowing. It's first Great Western, but we'll just glance over that. Here we go. So there we are. So that is the blue HST and the interior. So let's go to return to timetable, because I'm intrigued. Right, so these are all of the services for the HST, and there's loads of conductor modes as well. We're going to take a look at the 350. Obviously we've got the 350 anyway. Let's do this one. Let's do something in the daytime. Let's drive it. Let's go clear. No. Driver. And then we'll have a look at the very last, we'll have a look at the new sidings at Southall. Right, here we go. Heathrow Airport to London Paddington. Right, if I can remember how to drive this. Where's the key? I can't remember how to drive this. That's great, and that's a great start. Be right back. It was right there. Forward, forward, unlock. Right. So the safety systems should be. Don't need any of that. There. Normal, normal. Right. I need forward lights. Wipers, no. Markers only daytime, there we go. I'm not too worried about it leaving a little bit late. So there we are. London Paddington, here we go. Sounds good. So what's that? That was weird. That's... I love the way how it's chosen that one as well, because that's one of my liveries. And you can hear the whistle as well on the tracks. I love the way it's chosen my old First Great Western livery. That is actually really cool. We'll have a look at the interior in a minute. So I'm not going to do all of this, because it's 20 minutes and I don't want to do that. I'll focus on something other. We'll do a couple of stations. So this, actually, it's interesting because we're going heading into Southall now. So over there we've got the main yard, freight yard, which we had anyway. But there's more detail to it now, which is nice. This, bearing in mind, this is my first actual look at it because I've just downloaded the update as I've been working, and I'm recording 3:02 AM on the Saturday the 7th of Feb. So yeah, I got in from work 1 o'clock in the morning, downloaded it, and I'm now recording. Well, no, it was 2 o'clock because I went out.
Please be aware that some platforms at this station have no roaming function.
Sounded really nice. We'll do an interior look in a minute.
Platform 4 for the 10:36 Heathrow Connect service to London Paddington.
Let's just sort out that off. There you go.
Calling at
It'll beep. So, have they actually changed anything in here? I don't think they have. Except from that. So they haven't done a lot of detail in here, which is a slight shame. But it is what it is, I guess. So, is that it in there? No. Let's just unlock my keyboard a minute. And have a look at the yard. So I'm interested. Number 8. I don't care about the timings. I really couldn't. That's the 08 shunter. Number 08706 with his engine off. Nice. What's coming? Another old First Great Western livery, which is mine. Oh, that track whistle is so good. I'm happy with that. I've got the old. I'm guessing that's the old signalling box. Water tower. That's cool with the Mark III with that. Nice. Something else coming down. So all my liveries now are being used. Nice, I'll have to keep that in mind. So this is the proper depot now. So apparently, from what I've heard, they haven't added enough trees and stuff like that. But I know about that. Saying that is still a lot of detail here. And for me to compliment Dovetail, that's very, very rare. But it was, I say Dovetail, it wasn't all of Dovetail that done this. It was one guy and a few others, mainly Liam. And I will compliment him because he's actually done a really good job here. And his team. But yeah, it's actually really good. I'm impressed. And that takes a lot. Is this 166 or 165? 166. Nice. Right, I know I'm extremely late.
Leaving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives, please mind the steps on the platform.
Yeah, I'm late, but never mind. We'll head to another station. And then it would take a look at something else. But so far, I'm actually really impressed with it. I'm glad it was a free update and you didn't have to pay, because I would have been quite annoyed that I would have had to pay for an update, which I don't think is allowed. I'm sure you don't have to pay for updates. Unless it's a complete new game, which is fair enough, but a new game has been announced, but it's not Train Sim World, it's Thomas and Tank Engine, or the Islands of Sodor, which I did say back when Thomas and Tank Engine came out that it would be nice to have the actual island, but again, we'll have to see. But if they're just going to be abandoning this, that's a massive no-no for Dovetail. That's a massive mistake. If they're going to be abandoning this franchise. Which honestly, I can see that happening. I really can. If I can actually get out, there we go.
Service to London Paddington, calling at West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, and London
Nice
Paddington.
sounds. Expected. It does tell you the times as well, which is nice. So we'll be doing lots of this as well.
This is a security announcement.
Loads of details.
Reminding passengers to
Right.
keep
Let's have a look at a different service. Let's have a look at the 165s. Okay then, so unlock, forward. So that's the underground, which we'll we'll have a look in a minute. But that is pretty cool that now the underground is in the game. So tail light days. There we go. When all the security which is on that one. Right, let's have a look. So 165s, here we go. So apparently there's some details. London Paddington. Which is cool. Nice. So we'll have a look at that in a bit. So they can be mixed as well. That is a really cool photo. Right. Lock doors. tons of HST, nice. So I wonder what the difference actually is between a 166 or 165 and a 166. Got a suspension, which is nice. Should be able to go 40 in a minute, there we go. So now that is in play, which is nice. So we'll do one station, we'll go to one station, and then that'll be it for the 165. And then we'll head over to the underground. Good sounds as well. There you go. We will do a service with that as well. There we go, go up to 50. Guessing it's waiting its platform. We're not going to catch our HST, unfortunately. Well, we are actually slowly catching. Ah, that's why, because he's going up to the depot. So actually, I wonder what is the difference. What is the difference between a 165 and a 166? The class 166 can go up to 90 miles an hour, and the class 165 can go up to 75 miles an hour. The class 166 features air conditioning versus air cooling, and has 2x2 seating versus 3x2 seating, and includes 2 toilets, where the 165 only has 1. So there we are. Okay, sure. I'll have to remove that then. That's fine. To make the game less laggy. But you can see they've added so much more detail into this, which is really nice. But at this time, this route in real life, 2017, this route was having a major upgrading plan. Millions of pounds on overhead gantries and stuff like that. Ealing Broadway is our first and final stop for the 165.
We are now approaching Ealing Broadway.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
So it's got the original Bakerloo trains, and I'm going to absolutely fly by this station, unfortunately, because I wasn't paying attention. Wow, the braking is slow on this train.
This is Ealing Broadway. Do not try to board or
Okay.
leave the train.
Where the front whole carriage can't leave. Right, let's have a look at the underground. Actually, before I do that, I didn't care about that. Yeah, the blue seating. So the 16, this one here should have only one toilet, which is there, and has 3x2 seating. There we go. That's the green one. And I don't know what that is. Private, I'm guessing. Yeah, so it only has one toilet. Okay. Let's have a look at the new underground. Well, I say new, it's from the Isle of Wight DLC, but let's have a look at it, shall we? Annoyingly, you can only do the little section here, westbound Park to London Paddington. You can't go out to other stops, which is weird because it does actually go out to other stops. I don't know why they've done that, but anyway, we'll do it. We'll do 7:45 because I'll be late anyway. But you would have thought they would put more services where you'll be able to go out to further afield than just a 5-minute Stormed, but clearly not. Right. So this is actually my first look at the 484. That's the road above. Right. Off. Unlocked. Right. Okay. Reduce power, no. Instrument lights on. Yep, day. Cut in. Cut in. What one's that? That is the blue one. Let's have a look, shall we? So there we are. And it's got the mixed. Oh, I like it. Yes. That's nice. Going a little fast, but that's fine. Quite easy to operate, to be fair. Nice track sounds. That's weird how the doors go in like that. Fair enough though. Mind the gap, please. Here's the underground bit. Geez, didn't realise it went like that. People are probably thinking they're on a roller coaster right now. Oh no, of course it doesn't. So ignore me. I'm sure it does actually. No, just ignore me. Without saying it goes further afield. Yeah, it's a pretty cool train to be fair. So overall, not too bad on the on the 484. So let's just have another look at the full timetable, and then we'll call it a video. Right. So we've just had a look at the 484, London Department for Transport. So unfortunately, it's only that little 5-minute staunt, but there's loads and loads of timetables there. You can even see there's 477 services there. Class 350, there's 85 services. I don't know why there's a bog standard that one, but it is what it is. There's 85 services there, and all of them you can either choose conductor or driver. High-speed train FGB, so the blue or the green, or both. I'm guessing the both will be that one. Absolutely no clue. But there's, wait, only 11 services. I was gonna say there's loads and loads of playable services there. Some are conductor, some aren't. Oh, that one there into Old Oak Common. So there's loads of services there. The class 37/7 EPX. You got 2 services there. Class 166/165. Loads of services again there. So there's loads to be done. Class 47, I'm not actually... Is it a rail tour? Yes, it's a rail tour. So you go from... Drive this GWR sleeper. Okay, so they have sleeper services. Actually, I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. Is it... It's hit my curiosity. What's the sleeper like? What have they done? This is interesting. The suspense is building. Yep, I need to sort that out. Okay, so the sleeper service doesn't work. Obviously. So there is a service. That service does not work. But I need to get rid of that. Because EMR do not operate here. Okay, so... Yeah. That's fine. So there's loads of services there. Let's do that one. Anyway. Where was I? Class 66, apparently they've updated that one as well. Great Western Express, there's quite a lot of services there, I believe, so if I do aggregates, yeah, quite a lot of services, which is nice. GWR, there's only, well, 802 shall I say, there's only a couple of services you can actually fully play. But we'll think about that one later. Scotsman, there's only a few there. And last but very not least is the Voyager, which is just in and out of the depot. So that is it for this first reveal, well, not reveal video, but looking into, what's the layers? Let's have a look. 30 out of 30. So I've got, that's the only one that I don't own, but that hasn't come out yet. Unless it has. Let's have a look. Into store. Right, let's have a look. That I'm getting in the next couple of days. As of that one as well. So I'm going to get 2 DLCs in the next couple of days. How much is that one? 11 quid. I'll get that one as well. yeah, so I'll get a couple of DLCs in the next couple of days. But yeah, what do I think of it? It's a pretty good upgrade. So yeah, I'm actually happy. But with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.